Hello everybody, Snowflake Frostflame here, and welcome back to Dead Space. Now, there's a thing that's a bit different. One, if you're wondering why the in-game audio is a lot quieter than it should be, well, that's also part of the problem. All of this commentary you hear from me right now, this is all post-commentary. If you want to know what happened, I did something stupid and I lost all my commentary for this video, so you're listening to post commentary. Well, let me explain what happened. Basically, I got this new cable for my capture card, or a couple new cables, and I had to go around and change some of the settings to fix it, or to get it to work. Because what those cables did was allow me to record party chat audio. So I could record my friend's audio while playing the game at the same time. So I'll be doing multiplayer stuff like that. In fact, we're probably going to be doing stuff like that today, it being Wednesday. October 26th. The gameplay was recorded yesterday, October 25th. Alright, I'm gonna try remaining quiet when a not commentary, audio stuff like that happens. Now, that's the now I said I had those cables, but that doesn't really explain what I did to lose my audio and whatnot. How the game audio is this quiet is because I forgot to recalibrate the audio settings, and for whatever reason, it was playing really quiet when I put in these new chords. So I fixed that, so everything's good now. Now, how I lost my commentary, I did something really stupid. What I normally do, is I plug my headphones in my controller, and I'll plug the mic into my computer, so the mic can be picked up by AVS audio recorder. Now, what happened is I plugged my mic and my headphones into my controller. So AVS picked up nothing but static, I guess. I was kind of hoping that since my headphones weren't plugged in, it would have picked up my secondary mic, which would have been my webcam. But of course it didn't do that. It just picked up some static for some reason. Alright, my bad. I didn't mean to talk in front of him. So yeah, it's only gonna be in this chapter, and this chapter really didn't take that long. I think it only took me 40 minutes to do this chapter, and about 5, 6, maybe 7 minutes of it gets cut anyways. And I remember coming in here, I'm like, wait, this place looks familiar, and then I realized this was the entire area for chapter 2. So I went down this hallway right here. Well, I'm a coward, kinda. I think I said that thing actually scared me. I don't remember. And I'm being smart about things, using that to pick up ammo. I'm as panicky as usual when I play this game for some reason. I have no idea why. Alright, and picking up that thing. And I was kind of half expecting the ceiling to do that electric shock it did in chapter 2, but I guess it didn't want to. So we continue going down this hallway. And we see nothing. The room is a lot darker than it was when we came here in chapter 2. So I open the door, and then I see that thing moving back and forth. And then I come in there, and I see that thing spawn back there. And I was getting pissed thinking that was another brute. But that's something I wouldn't call... Now, I wouldn't say it was worse, but I was confused as what I was supposed to do. And then that thing kept moving back and forth, and that was annoying. I thought it was going to crush me, so I kept my eye on it. So yeah, then I moved over here to this guy. I was confused. I didn't know if it was a necromorph or part of the wall until that happened. So I did the thing you would always do in this game and shoot the living shit out of it. And I was confused about that as well. So it's pretty obvious. You're supposed to shoot the tentacles that come out of him. And I learned that real quickly. And then you also have to shoot the tentacles on the wall as well. But I didn't really see him. I didn't know if he was dead or not until he did that. So then he just shoots another one of those little fuckers at me. I think I was gonna also look up what that necromorph was called and put it on here, but I didn't, so me editing the video is probably gonna do it. And that thing actually shot me. And he's just gonna keep shooting more things at that wall. It took me a while. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just keep shooting those things? And I waste a lot of ammunition just trying to fight this one guy, and it's not even that hard. So yeah. I'm getting my ass handled by those little fuckers because there's so many of them just shooting at me. And then I think I realized what I was supposed to do. Just shoot that tentacle right there, and it killed him. And I got ammo for my flamethrower, which I don't think I really use it much. I think I actually use it in this video, I'm not sure. So yeah, then I just heal myself. Alright, and I'm trying to remember, what did I do now? Okay, I used a second health pack. And then I either realized how low on ammunition I was and ran back, or I just kept moving. Yeah, I was talking about that door over there. That was the secret door with a node in it. Now it's locked. So I guess we're going up the lift without grabbing any more ammunition. And look at the vent over there, because I remember that being used. And then I think this is where... Oh, I hear that thing. And then this is where I was like, I said it took that thing all this time, like until chapter 4. Now it's chapter... Shit, this is chapter 5? Yeah. It took me that thing until chapter 5 to get me. Then I realized I'm out of ammo. So I cut ahead here and I go and grab more ammo. So I'm gonna do... Okay, returning to this thing. I realized real quickly what I have to do. It's kind of obvious. So I look at that corpse, I'm thinking maybe that's a necromorph, and then nah, it's just a human. But I think I pulled it over anyways. Yeah, I do. Alright, and that vent's already broken open. So we gotta do the same thing here. I missed. Come on, you can do it. I thought I heard a noise, and that's probably why I turned around there. So I do it again, and then we sprint all the way across. So yeah, you know, the usual. Every time we see a save station, we always gotta save our game. Now, I go into this room, and I remember this room being a safe room, but it looks a lot more eerie, and I don't remember those corpses being there. So I pulled him over, and I was thinking to myself how creepy that looked when I pulled him over. I didn't say it on camera, but I guess I'll say it there. And then I comment on how eerie the room gets as soon as that door closes. Everything turns red. So then we go into Newgrounds. This is an area we didn't go to in Chapter 2 because we couldn't. So, we're going down the cargo lift. I see lots of stuff. Probably the one thing that's making me jump the most is I've not really seen any actual necromorphs. I've only seen, or not, like so far, all I've seen. Now that sounded real nice right there. I remember thinking how creepy this game was getting now since I heard that thing, but it was already creepy. So then I'm looking around like wondering where am I supposed to go, and then it was kind of obvious. That or maybe I was just observing my surroundings, I don't know. So then I look at that fucker right there, and you could probably guess what I'm thinking. That thing better stay in there. I don't want anything to do with it. Now I know that guy on the right is probably the guy you hear in the auto log screaming, but he got turned to a necromorph. But I always wondered, or what the hell, or not always wondered, like just now, what the hell is that thing on the left? It's like, I get it's a headless corpse, but why is there a headless corpse in there? And then I'm like, I see that, I'm like a node, but I don't know if opening that would make him come out. So I look at that. And I realize this is a schematic to get ammunition for a gun I'm probably never going to use. So let's go grab our node. I think I hold this node the entire game and I don't even upgrade it. But that's because you'll see real quickly what the gimmick is of this chapter. The reason why I don't want to stay in one spot. So then he walks away, and then I'm like, you better not, and then he fucking does it. That big ass fucker comes out, so I do the most logical thing, and that's to pull out this gun, spray the living shit out of it. And then I said, is it dead? And then that happens. So then I'm like, oh shit, and I try to go for the door and I realize it's locked. Now imagine how screwed you'd be if you didn't have this gun. Yeah, and then I was looking around, I'm like, where am I supposed to run? So then I open the door, I hear it getting up behind me, and I'm all panicking trying to get out of here. I look at this door, I'm like, wait, this is probably quicker. So I look behind me, making sure he's not breaking through. And we're back in this room now. So then I see all the necromorphs and I can hear that big guy behind me still. So I just said, you know what? Screw this. I'm just getting the hell out of here. Also, I just realized, was that the thing that broke through the vent right there? So yeah, here is where I'm catching my breath. And then I'm going to go over here. I said I need to go buy more ammo for this gun, because this gun is probably going to come in handy. And then I start panicking a little, because like I'm buying all this stuff, and if you listen real carefully, you can hear that necromorph moving around the vents. You just hear banging and other stuff. So I was saying, if I was put in this situation, I don't think I would want to live. I probably would just shoot myself. That, or maybe I would just get the hell out of there. If that was like, if I would shoot myself if there was no other possibility of getting out of there. But like all that stomping that I hear up there, and that noise. Like, this is all freaking me out. I'm like, is it gonna jump in here if I take too long? So I didn't know if I was supposed to hurry or if it's just part of the background. I'd only assume it's part of the background since he never jumped out of the ceiling in this chapter. Spoilers. But yeah. So we go back in here. I assumed that we did. So, holding this gun instead of the other one, I'm casually taking my time. And for good reason, too. That necromorph scared me. Like, it's not really scary, it's more the fact that it's something you can't kill, and that could probably kill you very easily in a game like this. And that right there, it didn't, like, I don't really know how to feel about that. Because he walks over there and he just disappears. Then the door opens. And then I remember, if I, when, go in there, damn it. Quit, don't, because I don't know why I was frozen there. Because it's kind of obvious what's going to happen when you go in here. So I'm looking over there, I'm like, where am I supposed to go? That back morgue area is locked. So I'm looking over there, I'm like, okay, it's just a straight shot over there. Then the door locks, and I see that fucker. And then I heard more necromorphs somewhere in here. And I think I remember saying, like I had enough problems as it is. Some smart-ass thing I would say. So this was real intense for me. Like, it may not seem that intense, but when you actually play this, you see this many fucking necromorphs and that big ass fucker right there. This is very intense. And then when he came down there, I realized he jumps into the vents occasionally. So yeah. So then I thought, let's try this. Maybe this will buy me some time. And it did buy me some time. It killed all the other necromorphs. Well, except for him. And then he throws up on me. Which I found very annoying. So then I'm like... So I saw that's a regular necromorph, that's another necromorph. I was wondering where he went, because I was going to try this out on him. See how this works. And I missed. I think I said, well, that was a ripoff. So, keep running over here. So then I'm like, yeah, with pleasure, I'm getting the fuck out of here. So yeah, now we're back down in this area. And then I noticed that, and I'm like, okay, fuck it, I'm not bothering with him. And then that happened. I wasn't expecting that. Because I thought you could ignore him, but I guess you have to kill him, otherwise that happens. Yet, derpy me doesn't realize that you have to do that, otherwise he's gonna do it. So, I do it twice. I'll pull out my flamethrower, I incinerate him, and then I think maybe I got too close to him. I don't remember. Yeah, I did. And we lost our head. So then the third time's the charm. We run back over there. I pull out this weapon because I realize I'm not being chased. I noticed that I'm like, this can come in handy. And that really helped right there. But always panicking for some reason. Like I'm a real good shot, but it's not not when I'm under pressure like this. So then I looked at him, I'm like, is he dead? And he's not screaming anymore, so I only assumed he was. And then I see her over there. I'm like, I have to go that way, but maybe there's something over here. And I remember looking at her. I'm thinking. I didn't say it on camera, but I'm thinking to myself, put your hands in the air, or hands where I can see them, because I don't know what she was gonna do. And I guess still don't know if she's either laughing or crying over that other person being dead. So I said, yeah, fuck that, I'm going over here. And I healed myself. I take a lot of damage in this chapter, and that's mostly because of those wall fuckers and that big necromorph that doesn't die. So yeah, I noticed all this stuff. Lots of fun stuff in here. That corpse is still there that it slit her throat in chapter 2. So yeah, instead of going down there, that pathway would lead us into the morgue. Instead, I decided to save real quick. And this was really funny. That thing glitched on me, and it looked like Isaac's carrying it away, so I'm like, okay, we're taking this with us. Oh, that was great. And I was wondering, like, why is it playing that music? There's nothing in here, really. Aside from this place looking crazy as fuck. So, I go and grab the stuff. But wait, I picked up a medium air cannon there, but then I remember not having one when I really needed one. So yeah, we put this in here. And we did it. Objective complete. Then we got an achievement, Storyteller. And then I see that and I'm like, oh shit, and I don't have time to sit and listen to this. So I'm like, run, run, run. And then after all this time, then we realize why that oxygen thing's down there. But not before we see these fuckers. So I say, I don't have time for you guys. And then I realized you can't use fire in space. Which I guess makes sense, since there's no oxygen. So, I don't know why I decided to go all the way down here and use that. And then I stand there like an idiot. And I wonder why I didn't have enough time. And then I could have easily walked past all these guys right here. Like, I had a little window. But instead I decided to open fire on them. So, now with 48 seconds of air, we go running down this hallway. Everything's a lot brighter now that we can't breathe in here. And then more ammo for the gun I used. And then, we got 2 pregnant necromorphs and that big fucker over there. So I'm like, open, 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 open. And then I tell this door open. And I'm pretty sure that big one ran in with me. And then that guy is there. Yeah, he did. And that I guess that kind of scared me, not really, but made me panic a bit. So I don't know where I'm supposed to go. So I'm like, shit, shit, shit. Where's that air can? And then for whatever reason, it's not there. So I quickly go to the store. I go buy an air can. And I died trying to buy one. Okay, this time I was a little bit smarter. I decided to run up ahead, quickly take out these guys real quick, while I could with the flamethrower. So yeah, then, you know, same old open fire on all the little fuckers. And I tried to melee them, but they climbed up on top of me and started biting me. So then I decided to go run back and grab that few more seconds of air that we could use. And we go up here, back down the hallway. And here's where I learned something very useful that I'd be using to help me out through a lot of the game. Well, I get stabbed by a pregnant necromorph, and I see that fucker's right in the way. So I decide to do this. And to my surprise, that actually works. So I use it on those guys as well. Walk right around them. Like, I was not expecting that to work. So I see that little shit, so I'm like, okay, screw it, I'm walking past you. Isaac's all freaking out because he can't breathe and he's injured badly. So, 20 seconds of thing left. I decided to go over here. And also, I think I did see that air can in my inventory now. I don't know how I didn't notice it. So I go down here. Buy this small air can. I had 8 seconds of air left. I had to go quickly find it. And we had 30 more. So then I realized you just had to go over here. And then you get that. So I wasted my money and I died. So yeah, here I just go and buy more health. And I thought maybe we had to go in there. And I get that, and I realized you didn't. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go save anyways. So, looking around, I realized maybe we have to go back in here. The game says so. So, okay, we're going back in here. Keep my gun ready, or plasma cutter. I'm at 12 shots, so yeah, reload. I'm not trying to commentate everything I do. I was just wondering why I was at 12 shots, why I haven't reloaded yet. And that scared me right there. Like, I think I gasped. And then I heard something over there, which sound like those little swarmer necromorphs, which are the little tiny ones. Yeah, and then here's where I was saying Leviathan, because I was watching this YouTuber, and he made a list of like, or they, I should say, they made a list of 50 of the most disturbing bosses in video games, and one of them was the Leviathan, so I know what they were talking about, and I know what I was prepared for, and I was kind of hoping I wasn't going to have to go in there and fight it. Take that, blast all of them to hell. And then there's 2 more left. I wasn't going to let them crawl up on me and bite me. And that thing's still moving back and forth. So, we're going over here now. And I realized we're going back into the lab. And I was hesitant to open this. I'm like, okay, that thing better not be back here. And it wasn't. It escaped. So, I'm like, okay, I'm going to take that, though. And put that in there. I don't know if I grabbed the schematics or if I just left him there. I think I just left him there. Very stupid of me, because I think I had inventory space now and I could have picked it up. Yeah, and then here's where I realized that Dr. Mercer kind of sounds like my manager. Or one of my managers, I should say. The one that hired me. Come down here. Another save station. Don't know why I bothered saving, because all I did was kill a few necromorphs. Probably because I didn't want to... actually, no, it wouldn't spawn me elsewhere. So yeah, open all that stuff, grab the ammo. Looking at those save stations now, it makes me realize what's the point of them? Like, because when you die, it just puts you in the last room you were in. So then I look at this room. I'm like, oh, I saw Dr. Mercer. Grab the ammo. So yeah, well, I don't know why I ignore those crates. I'm wondering what is this thing? It's all bright in here. And I look at all of this stuff. I see all these frozen necromorphs. So yeah, then that big fucker comes back in here. And then I was confused. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? So I see all those little necromorphs in here. Or I don't remember what they're called. So I decided to use my previous knowledge of that. Freeze him. Or slow him down while I handle these guys. I was not happy those little fuckers were actually getting hits on me. After saying how they were basically harmless. Grab that one ammo clip. Recharge my stasis. I missed. And then that thing right there. I thought that was probably the coolest, one of the cooler kills I got. So, nothing, it's only me and this big guy right here. I go and recharge my stasis again. And then I'm wondering, maybe I'm supposed to bring him in here. So I decide to injure him. I don't know why I didn't slow him down with my stasis. Instead, I decided to blast him. And then I'm like, what am I supposed to do? So I shoot that, nothing happens. I realize this door's open, and I notice that terminal over there. I look at this, and it's a cryo chamber, and I knew it. I kept saying I knew it. I knew it was a cryo chamber. So that fucker gets frozen, and he's getting transported somewhere. Foreboding. Or foreshadowing, not foreboding. What am I talking about? Probably, I don't know. And yeah, then here's what I'm saying. Wait, is this the end of the chapter? Because this was a kind of a short chapter. Then I realized maybe it's because I was running through it all instead of walking like I normally would. And I'm like, holy shit, this is the end of the chapter. And we're going on a different tram this time. Grab my money. I was looking over here, I'm like, wait, where's the shop? There's no shop. And I said, okay, it's the end of the chapter. Let's get the hell out of here. I don't want to do this. And then that was the end of the chapter. And this is where I was saying that I needed to start recording 2 chapters at once so I could get enough footage. And then I said, with how these horror games do a toll on me, I can only really do 1 chapter at a time. Otherwise, I'm going to lose all my sanity. So yeah, then that was the end of Chapter 5. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And the next episode, we'll be doing Chapter 6. I hope the thing wasn't annoying, or I had to do post-commentary. But this is the only chapter, I promise. So yeah, thank you, everyone, for watching, and see you in the next one. Goodbye.